You really, really should have waited. You took this fight too early.
Yo, too, we're back again with some more boxing news in the boxing world. We got some breaking news. Gary Jonas, Lamont Roach's promoter, says this rematch is a done deal. It's over with. It is going down second time around.
How soon is it going to be before you're done? Because on several occasions, it's almost like you're alluding to, you only have but so many fights left. You're looking to walk away from the game. How close are you to that, being undefeated and unblemished with some big fights out there for you to...
Stephen A. Smith has voiced strong opinions, cautioning Gervonta Davis against a rematch with Lamont Roach.
That should have been a knockdown. Having said that, let me stand up. Shannon, Ocho, I got to apologize on national television to that brother Lamont Roach. I didn't give him much of a chance in this fight because I thought he was the smaller guy moving up. I didn't expect him to be in the ring bigger. And from opening bell, he walked right to Tank Davis. I was stunned. And the brother can fight. I'm very impressed with Lamont Roach. He put on a great performance, and he wants his love on national television right now. We need to give it to him. This brother is special for the sport of boxing. He can fight, and he can take a punch.
Stephen A. Smith recently apologized to Lamont Roach after underestimating him in his fight against Gervonta Tank Davis. Initially, Smith believed Roach was too small to compete. But after witnessing his performance where he pressured Davis throughout the fight, Smith admitted he was wrong. He acknowledged Roach's resilience and fighting ability, especially after Davis took a knee in the 9th round, citing hair grease in his eyes. Smith now recognizes Roach as a formidable fighter and looks forward to a potential rematch later this year.
What I didn't know is that once Lamont Roach stepped into the ring, he would be the bigger fighter. What I didn't know is that once he was in the ring and he looked like the bigger fighter, he fought like the bigger fighter because, ladies and gentlemen, from opening bell, he walked right to Gervonta Davis, walked right to him and stayed in his face all night long. If he backed up at all, ladies and gentlemen, it was 5% of the time. The other 95% of the time, he walked right to Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis caught him with some good shots. He took it and then gave it back. Body punches, counter punches, left hook, straight right. This brother Lamont Roach can fight. And he's beautiful defensively as well. And seemed completely unfazed and undeterred by Tank Davis, a knockout artist.
On March 1st, 2025, Gervonta Davis defended his UBA lightweight title against Lamont Roach at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. The fight was highly anticipated, with Davis entering as the favorite due to his undefeated record and knockout prowess. Roach, despite being the underdog, delivered a performance that exceeded expectations, challenging Davis throughout the match.
For me, Tank Davis fighting a minus 1,600 as your main event odds is crazy to me, dude. That's crazy. That underdog lived up to the hype. He ended up, overperforming. Lamont Roach, credit to him, all this other stuff. And it took some politics to keep Davis as champion. You ever see guys getting the referee their own fight? Dude, anybody else takes that knee, you're getting counted, bro. The referee, actually, his instinct, if you watch that, the referee's instinct was to count. If you notice, Steve Willis started counting, and then he looked at the timekeeper outside the ring, wasn't counting, and he stopped counting. So you get to call your own timeout. Earlier in the fight, if you saw that shoulder barge that Tank did to Roach in the clinch, he didn't get a warning, but Roach's reaction got the warning. This is the politics we're dealing with. You keep doing this, you're looking at short-term money and long-term destruction of a sport.
The fight's most contentious moment occurred in the 9th round, when Davis took a knee, citing vision issues caused by grease from his hair entering his eyes. Referee Steve Willis did not count this as a knockdown, a decision that has been widely criticized. The match concluded with one judge scoring it 115-113 in favor of Davis, while the other two scored it 114-114, resulting in a majority draw. This outcome allowed Davis to retain his title, but sparked immediate debate over the fairness of the decision.
Guy from a division lower moves up and gives Tank Davis his toughest fight. I thought beating him on the inside, making him miss, putting offense behind defense after making him miss, being more active. Obviously, Tank's going to have the edge in power. Tank is going to have the edge in power strikes. I think ultimately the stats spoke to that. I don't think that this was a disaster. I think it'd be strong to call it a disaster. The fight was not great up front. The fight was not great in the middle, but it was very good. And not amazing, but definitely very good down the stretch.
Lamont Roach has expressed a strong desire for a rematch with Gervonta Tank Davis following their controversial majority draw on March 1st at Brooklyn's Barclays Center. The bout concluded with one judge scoring it 115-113 in favor of Davis, while the other two judges had it even at 114-114. A pivotal moment occurred in the ninth round, when Davis took a knee citing an eye irritation, but referee Steve Willis did not rule it a knockdown.
It just so happened to be a boxing fan that the fact that I do watch him fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed
Right.
for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight,
Right.
just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long we taking?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's going to be soon. I'm hoping it's going to be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July for sure.
Following the bout, Roach's team appealed the decision, but the New York State Athletic Commission upheld the draw. This outcome led to Davis being removed from the Ring Magazine's pound-for-pound rankings, with David Benavidez taking his place.
It ain't no timeouts in boxing. Why you taking? You know that. You should know that. So that's the thing where I'm like confused because that's supposed to be a knockdown. That's a 10-8 round. If that's a 10-8 round, I win the fight. So you know what I'm saying? Like that draw turned into a 115, 114 my way.
Roach, feeling he won the fight, immediately called for a rematch, stating, "I hope to be a multi-divisional world champion, and this is a fight that will solidify the legacy I want to have."
Gervonta Davis gets a controversial draw against Lamont Roach. 2025 NYC. Both men start the fight wrapped in caution tape while downloading using their powerful Intel Core processors. Tank then begins playing a game of Tom and Jerry as he scurries around the ring, baiting Roach to chase him. Lamont soon starts landing sharp counters as he times Tank, who's dropping low. But Gervonta's cannon straight left soon finds its way home like it's using Google Maps. However, Roach also continues touching Tank with counters during their exchanges. But the Baltimore native's straight left keeps repeatedly connecting like AT&T, walloping Lamont as he angles around him with the geometric brilliance of Pythagoras. By round 6, though, Davis is taking control by investing in the breadbasket like he's a Stelladoro stockholder, while also cracking Roach's Liberty Bell like they're in Philly. But at this point, Lamont's titanium-dipped chin is rearing its head.
Lamont Roach took to social media to further fuel the controversy, posting a cryptic yet confident tweet that read, "Word round the block, your all-favorite fight finey 3013 012XX2 division champ." The message, which quickly gained traction among boxing fans, suggests that Roach is not only expecting a favorable ruling on his appeal, but also implying that Gervonta Davis's undefeated record may soon be tarnished.
Performance for sure. I'm definitely happy with my performance. I'm just a little frustrated with the scorecards. I thought I should have won. And I thought I should have won a competitive fight. I think I did what I needed to do necessary to bank the rounds, and even without the knee, that should have been a knockdown. So, I don't think there's any excuse for me not to win tonight, but that's just how the cookie crumbled.
There's a few things I want to dissect about the fight. Let's just start off with the beginning. It seemed like a little bit of a cagey opening on both behalves, both of you just trying to figure each other out. What was your initial thoughts of those first 3, 4, 5 rounds whilst you were both getting to grips with each other?
Just getting the information, seeing how he reacted to certain stuff. I'm pretty sure he was trying to do the same thing. And he's an excellent fighter. He's undefeated for a reason. But a 90-something% knockout, I mean, it ain't that no more. But you know what I'm saying? But with a 90% knockout ratio and everything like that, it take a little thinking in there. It's a thinking man's game, especially when it's on that type of level.
Critics claim that Davis intentionally took a knee in the ninth round against Roach to disrupt his opponent's rhythm and regain control of the fight by voluntarily going down. Davis may have been seeking a few extra seconds to recover rather than risk being overwhelmed by Roach's aggressive attacks. Many fans and analysts view this as a veteran tactic designed to break Roach's momentum.
And to go ahead and keep it real with y'all,
I think that knee that Tank took was because Lamont Roach was in a rhythm and Gervonta Davis tried to throw this man off a rhythm. Do I believe the Murray's sport waves, the soul glow was in his eye? Absolutely not. I believe that man Tank got nerve-eye and said, hold on, this man Lamont Roach is cooking. I need to take me a quick timeout and a quick break. It's nasty. It's horrible. It's disgusting. It's bad enough how hard and difficult it is to beat this man. Most fighters is weight drained. Most fighters has clauses on them. So when somebody who's coming up is able to compete with Gervonta Tank Davis, you handicap the man with trash rulings.
Davis clarified that the incident stemmed from a hair treatment he had undergone 2 days prior to the fight. He explained that the grease from the treatment mixed with his sweat during the match, causing a burning sensation in his eyes. Addressing the audience's reaction during the post-fight interview, Davis expressed frustration over the boos, emphasizing that his actions were a genuine response to the unexpected irritation and not an attempt to manipulate the fight's dynamics.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on?
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning. And you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that. Or when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out of, to get the burn out of your eyes, or intro 12? Stephen A. Smith, known for his candid and often provocative commentary, has weighed in on the controversy surrounding the Davis-Roach fight. While specific quotes from Smith are not available in the provided sources, his general stance emphasizes caution for Davis regarding a potential rematch with Roach.
What's going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in the, I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need, what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Tank, Eric Blum from DailyMail.com. First off, your coach just said, can you confirm, did you get your hair done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah. I ran water over it today, but I must ain't thought enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on?
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning. And you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that. Or when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure. But hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
You might see it in a minute. You definitely might see it in a minute.
What the hell happened to Gervonta Tank Davis, huh? He got some grease in his hair. It was the lady that she put too much grease in my hair, and that's the reason why I took a knee. I ain't lying to y'all. Why y'all booing me for? Y'all remember the movie Coming to America? Was Gervonta Tank Davis using the Soul Glow? It's just the Soul Glow, feeling all so silky smooth. Just let it shine through, baby. That gotta be one of the most embarrassing moments in boxing history. How the hell you go down saying that
The grease. Know what happened at the grease? Stop. It's not funny. Why y'all booing me? I'm telling you the truth. That woman put a lot of grease in my hair. Yo. Damn, Tanky. Tanky, come on now.
A rematch with Roach poses a significant risk to Davis's unblemished record. The initial fight demonstrated that Roach has the skill and strategy to challenge Davis. Effectively engaging in a rematch would jeopardize Davis's standing in the boxing world if he were to suffer a loss.
I gotta stand down and give mad respect to Lamont Roach. Brother fought one hell of a fight. This was a damn close fight. Gervonta taking a knee should have been a knockdown. Either way, Roach has skills, fought his ass off, deserves nothing but respect. He earned the boxing world's attention tonight. He has mine. Thought he'd be too small. I was wrong.
Despite Lamont Roach Jr's frequent calls for a rematch following their contentious majority draw on March 1st, Davis has indicated that an immediate rematch is not in his plans. The bout concluded with one judge scoring at 115-113 in favor of Davis, while the other two judges had it even at 114-114. A significant moment occurred in the ninth round, when Davis took a knee after a jab from Roach, leading to debates about whether it should have been ruled a knockdown. Referee Steve Willis did not count it as such a decision that has been widely discussed.
My picks on 3 fights taking place Saturday night at the Barclays Center in New York City between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach, Gary Russell versus Jose Valenzuela, and Sandor Martin versus Alberto Puello. Gervonta Davis uses knocks somebody out inside of 85 punches because he's clearly capable of that. But I just see this as being the kind of fight where he's going to have to run him down. He's going to have to walk him down, rather, and he's going to have to throw some punches before he ultimately catches him. And that's how I view it. So I'm going to go with more on this particular one. Next.
Veteran boxing commentator Jim Lampley expressed skepticism about Roach's chances in a rematch before their initial fight. Lampley highlighted Davis's combination of crafty boxing southpaw-style advantage, clever footwork, and visible killer instinct. He emphasized Davis's shocking punching power, likening his knockouts to those of a young Mike Tyson. Lampley suggested that Roach, despite being a highly competent boxer, would struggle against Davis's prowess.
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
You might see it in a minute.
Roberto Diaz, advisor to Lamont Roach Jr, acknowledged the formidable challenge Davis presents, describing him as one of the world's leading fighters. Diaz noted Davis's impressive record and power, but also expressed confidence in Roach's abilities. He highlighted Roach's extensive experience, including his amateur pedigree, and the improvements he's made since their previous encounters. Diaz believes that Roach's familiarity with Davis and his own growth as a fighter could play pivotal roles in a rematch.
Draw is always a mixed bag for fans, for people in the sport, etc., etc. I thought it was, in essence, the right decision. The only question about whether the upset draw is justified is whether Steve Willis erred in not deducting a point in a late round when Tank Davis appeared to touch the canvas with his hand. And, that is going to stay in the woodwork and haunt the fight in the breach a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's a setback in Tank's career and for his reputation. I think most observers expected him to knock Roach out, particularly because Roach was moving up from 130 to 135. Sometimes when a fighter moves up in weight, he gets stronger, and it looked as though maybe Roach did get stronger.
The controversy surrounding the Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach fight has elicited strong reactions from various quarters, including prominent voices like Stephen A. Smith's cautionary stance on a potential rematch shows the complexities and risks involved for Davis. As Davis contemplates his next steps, he must weigh the competitive, financial, and legacy-related implications of re-entering the ring with Roach. Ultimately, strategic decision-making will be crucial in navigating the path forward in his boxing career.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, for sure. You're part of Lamont Roach's camp. Well, what's your official role with Lamont
I'm an
Roach?
advisor for him.
Okay, so you guide him on how to make certain decisions?
Correct.
Okay.
We've been together for many years since his pro debut back in the days at Golden Boy. And after we both parted ways, we hooked up.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting because, you know, now that you guys are not with Golden Boy, you're still together. So
Absolutely.
You guys must have had a good relationship when you were at Golden Boy.
Always had a good relationship with him and his father. And obviously I'm honored and just, you know, honored to be a part of him. And when I got the call to continue working with him, it was a no-brainer for me.
And the man flat out put on a show. He proved Two-Tone the Superstar wrong. He proved everybody wrong, and that man went ahead and cooked, and he gets robbed by the New York State Athletic Commission. And these people acknowledge that the knee that Gervonta Tank Davis took was a knockdown.
Was the majority draw a fair decision, or should the rematch be mandatory? And do you agree with Stephen A. Smith's warning to Davis about fighting Roach? Again, drop your thoughts in the comments below.